So we're going to talk about a change in my business that saved me 2 hours a day. Yes, 2 whole hours a day. Okay. So to set the scene, in my mortgage business at the time, there were two staff members and myself, and then we were adding a third. So there's three staff members and myself. Okay. At the time, everybody had their own email. So most of the questions, realtors, client stuff was all coming through my email, and then I was forwarding it out to whoever. And then they would also be able to send emails out of our CRM, Salesforce, as me, so that the clients felt like I was doing things sometimes when maybe the team members were. And that was working really well at the time. And then we added this third team member, and I started to notice how often I would get an email and I would send it out to two people or three people and say, whoever can do this first, can you get to it? And then what I realized is that they would receive that email on their end, and then they would have a communication back and forth with each other who's going to do it. Or one person would do it, the other person was off. So then they come back to this inbox full of stuff and be like, hey, did somebody do this? Did somebody do this? Did somebody do this? Um, 2 hours of time a day, this was wasting in back and forth communication and extra digging and questions that we were causing ourselves that we didn't need to cause. Okay. Um, Ridiculous when you think about that in the grand scheme of things. And the reason why it wasn't an issue before was because when I had two people, they were kind of doing different jobs, right? So I could just forward, hey, order this appraisal. Hey, submit this deal. Hey, call this client. Hey, send this thank you gift, right? So when that was the case, it wasn't an issue. But when I added this third person and there started to be overlap of work, that is when it caused all the issues. So it is important when you are designing your systems, your processes for your business to think about, well, how would this break at the next step? Or if we're at step 4, at 70, what does that look like? Right? Just because it will save you a lot of time, stress, overlap, redoing systems, all of those things that, while they're important, they do not pay you, right? Doing mortgages pays you. So we want to have the systems working as smoothly as possible so that you can do more mortgages, right? Um, so what our solution was instead was to move towards a shared inbox. Um, we use Microsoft, so we use Microsoft Outlook, and we have a tagging system. So what happens is we have a generic inbox for our entire mortgage company. Any realtors, accountants, clients, any public facing marketing, all of the responses for any of that comes into that shared inbox. And then from there, each team member has a colored tag, right? So if it's something that only I could deal with, someone might tag me in that email, or I might tag myself in that email so that they know, don't touch it, Denise is going to deal with it. Otherwise, they're just working from bottom to top, oldest to newest. What we realized when we went to this shared inbox and just kind of forwarded everybody's emails in there and said, hey, we're just going to work out of here, was how many times clients, accountants, lawyers, realtors, whoever also emailed two or three of us at the same time. Okay, it was a lot of extra emails for no reason. So we transferred to this system of inbox where everything just went through one place. It reduced all the duplicate emails, which was amazing. And it also reduced all of that back and forth communication. Hey, who can do this fastest? Because now you can just send an email in there. Like I can send an email in there and say, urgent, this is really important. Can somebody do this quickly? And whoever has availability to do it can just go. They don't have to go back and forth. Hey, are you doing it? Are you doing it? If you've put your tag on there, you're doing it. If nobody's tagged on there, nobody's picked it up yet. So it's a really simple and elegant solution to a much bigger problem of the communication we cause ourselves. I think we're all have been in that situation before where we've just been drowning in our own inbox. And the sad part is when you're drowning in your own inbox and your staff are also doing the same thing, and there's duplicate work happening or duplicate communication, it's just delaying conversations you can be having with clients, and it's causing a backlog in the service that you can provide those clients that really doesn't need to be there. So I encourage you to take a look at that, check it out. If you have questions about how that works, I'm happy to kind of send you a bit of a longer video about what we did and why, or potentially we can jump on a Zoom and I can show you what that looks like. But if you have any questions, let me know.